Timperley. Situated in the Altrincham area of Manchester and within the historic county boundaries of Cheshire, approximately 7 miles from the city, and with a low rate of unemployment, its own hockey club and an astronomical society, it has been home to the film actor Roger Ashton Griffiths, the Stone Roses frontman Ian Brown, and the naive papier-mâché-headed showbiz star Frank Sidebottom.
I was born in Timperley. I was born in Timperley. I was born in Timperley. Oh, Timperley, it's really great. I go shopping.
Chris Seavey, the creator of Frank Sidebottom's unique world and the man behind the papier-mâché head, was born in 1955 and started his career in the 1970s with the band The Freshies, before going on to create his comic persona. For over 3 decades he performed with his sidekick ventriloquist puppet Little Frank, and on occasions with the Frank Sidebottom Oh Blimey Big Band. His former collaborators included Caroline Aherne, Mark Radcliffe, John Ronson and Chris Evans, to name a few. He appeared as a guest reporter for Granada and had his own television show on Channel M. In 2010, Chris sadly passed away after a short battle with cancer. With help from friends and fans and the residents of Timperley, Councillor Neil Taylor has managed to secure permission to erect a statue of this cult figure. I met up with Neil to talk frank about the statue.
Yeah, I mean, one of the strange things with this, when the idea, the proposition to actually build a statue came about, we looked at a number of ways to actually fund it. And so obviously, you know, do we go for a lottery grant? Do we go for grants from art foundations, etc., etc.? But we actually made a bit of a conscientious decision to try and get the fans to pay for this. So one of the very unusual things with a piece of what's going to become public art is it's been funded 100% by all the fans. So over the last couple of years, we've had fans who've made donations from a couple of pounds. We've had little campaigns like Give a Fiver for Frank, where people have given a fiver towards the campaign. We've been very fortunate that we've had some support down in London, where there's been a number of charity gigs have been put on in London, as well as things we've also put on locally. And so all the money that's been raised, that's going towards this, is 100% has come from fans for what's commonly known as the love of Frank.
Switch on your radio. Here it is again. They play my song again. Infectious as it's long. There's nothing wrong with.
Frank is well known for his open-top bus tours around Timperley, and so I took to the streets with Neil to see where the statue was going to be placed, along with seeing some of the sites Frank championed.
Okay, right, so you're in the heart of Timperley village at the moment. We looked at a number of sites where to actually put the statue, and as we approach outside what used to be called Ruck's, this used to be quite a famous hardware store, unfortunately it's closed now, but the site that we've identified where the statue is going to be going is right here where we are now, which is on the junction of Timperley, the main village. The exact location we're not going to exactly know because these paving stones have got to come up and we've got to put a foundation in, but the statue is going to be obviously very tactile and welcoming, and it's actually going to be stood where we are at the moment. Well, one of the nice things certainly about the statue is I've spoken to, well, it probably actually runs into thousands of people about it. I've had one letter of complaint. One person's actually written to me and said they don't like the idea, but everybody else has been so receptive and warm towards the whole idea of getting Timperley on the map and getting a little bit of a tourism thing on it. Well, we're just going to be coming up to Timperley Aquatics again. I did an interview with Frank, and we were talking about local politics and what would you do, Frank, if you were the mayor? And Frank says, "Well, if I was the mayor, I am the mayor." And he wanted to, on Wednesdays, because we still have half-day closing around here on Wednesdays, he wanted to get the keys to the Timperley Zoo, Timperley Aquatics, and we'd all go swimming in the fish tanks like Jacques Cousteau, he says, you know.
We went into Timperley Aquatics, or as Frank used to call it, the Timperley Zoo, and spoke to the manager Graham about his thoughts on the statue and his memories of Frank.
When he did his Timperley tours, he came in with his open top tour bus, with many people following him when he went round Timperley. And I think he's on YouTube somewhere with a snake and a parrot on his shoulder. Yeah, the statue would be good in the village. Give a focal point in the village again. Get something, just talking about Timperley Village. As I say, Frank, he did that and put us on the map.
The statue showing Frank in his classic thumbs-up pose, complete with a full-colour head, will be unveiled in June for the anniversary of Chris Seavey's death.
Famous people die. They get statues made of them. But Frank wasn't famous, but he was in a strange way. And so it's going to be really, really unusual just to have a statue that's been paid for by fans for somebody who was just a regular person that put Timperley on the map.
If you'd like to support the cause or to find out more information on the statue, then visit franksidebottom.org.uk. This is Tom Diffenthal reporting from Timperley. You know it is. It really is.
Every day I look out of my bedroom window. I see me shirts on the washing